Hey guys, how are y'all doing? It's been a while. Let me talk a little bit about my flat earth model I'm working on. I have tried to uh, get someone to do it for me. I contacted several 3D companies, printing companies online, four in the US, one here in Japan, and they all asked me to provide like a program, which I don't have a program to do it. So one of the companies suggested me to find a carver, and he could do it for me, and that was a great idea. So I went after a carver. So this is how I brought him this piece of wood, right? This is one of the side that's his carving. I attached the Gleason's map. This is the other side. So for you compare the size of my phone, that's how thick it is, about 1 inch thick. And it measures 40 centimeters, about 16 inches wide. So I was able to find this carver here in Japan, Mr. Kosho Ishikawa, a very talented man, extremely nice. We went there a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I went there, it was at the end of June. So that's why one of the reasons I'm not making videos, because I'm waiting on this. There it is. This is his website. It does take a while. He's a very busy man, very talented. He teaches carving. He has, teaches carving classes. But he's working on the model. So this past week, he contacted me, asked me to go and see how things are going. The way he's working slowly. He's supposed to give it to me on the 20th of August. We'll be ready. But the day he asked me to go, it was the same day that I had an appointment to get to do my taxes. I was late on my taxes this year. So I sent my friend there. You probably remember her. Let me have her picture here. This is Enoch-san. If you remember, she read the book The Earth Plane in Japanese. So it took us to this beautiful place. It's Shinpukuji Temple in Okazaki. It was built in 594. So there is over 1,400 years of history there. And, what came to my mind, like, I'm going to be going back there and I'll be talking to this man because there's something interesting about this temple being this old. But anyway, this is a very beautiful place. Since I was not able to go, my friend went there and she talked to him. She made some movies and took some pictures of the place. So this is just for you to have an idea. It's a nice place to go and visit and get to know the history of Japan. This temple is over 1,400 years old, right? That's where his shop is. It's right there. That's his shop. And so let's just go around the temple so you can have an idea how it looks like. I actually didn't get to climb those steps, but my friends did, and they walked around. So let's just watch it and look around. People who are, mostly Buddhists, they go there, they make their offerings and they follow their traditions. There was actually, when we went there was just another person there. So not many people, but I guess in times of festivals or some ceremonies, this place gets packed. Like at the end of the year, Japanese people, they really follow their New Year's tradition. They have to go to temples and pray. So most of those temples are crowded at the end of the year. I mean, talking about thousands of people. They all go on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Mostly New Year's Eve they spend there. So this is going around. I'm just showing you like a little bit of the place. It's like a tourist attraction. People go there just to see, take pictures. It's a history of Japan. Very pretty. I have to respect like Japanese people. They don't destroy their places. These 1400 years. You can imagine. You don't see any graffiti or anything like that. Pretty clean. And they just preserve, respect and preserve. Very interesting. Beautiful gardens. So this is where we went. It's on the top of a mountain. Actually, we had to drive upwards towards the top of the mountain, and we couldn't find a place. Then my friend called, and he went outside to wait for us on the road. This is some more. That's some of his work. He does is beautiful. That's a beautiful flower rose he made. And this is some of the video. You're gonna listen to them talking with more of his art. They talked about like immigrants here in Japan. There have been many people coming from other countries here because the Japanese population is declining. And this is more of his work. That's symbol of Nagoya, the city where I live, or where we are. I think so. I brought some tea for them. Okay, so this is some more of his artwork. He's a professional carver. He's been doing this for many, many years. Hachiko, if you know the story of Hachiko, the dog, Japanese dog, there's a station in Tokyo, Shibuya Station, where you see a statue of Hachiko. He was there waiting for his owner, who never came back. He died, and the dog stayed there for weeks waiting for the owner. It's a beautiful movie. Also, they made a movie. There's a Japanese version and an American version of the movie with Richard Gere. So this is just some of his art. Let me actually cut it short. Here. Let's go straight to the, right here. Okay, this is him working on the flat earth model that I ordered him to make it for me. Now, I was going to do it myself, but I've been pretty busy, so I decided to have somebody doing it for me. Instead of, I can't take that much time away from my work, and that stuff takes a long time to do. He's talking about like small places, like I asked him to leave Japan, New Zealand, Australia, but some islands like, like Caribbean islands, stuff like that, he can actually. Okay, it's so hard for him to do it, I understand. Now I do plan to deepen that because I have asked him to do it 1 centimeter, at least 1 centimeter deep for what I have in mind. I don't know how deep he's gonna make it, but he told me the wood was too hard. But I plan to deepen a little bit more in case it's not as deep as I want it to be, because for a flat earth model that I have in mind, I'm going to add water there, actually, just like the flat earth fountain in Australia, in Darling Park. I also am going to make it waterproof and add water. Besides, all the other stuff that I plan to do, I want to add really water, real water there, not painting like the globes. The globe, people can never make any models for them because they cannot attach water to this globe earth fantasy. So we flat earthers, we can actually make models that really represent what we see, our reality. You see all the details. It's got to take a lot of patience. Not that I don't have, just that I don't have time. He asked me 2 months to work on that because he also teaches classes and he does other jobs. Like he's got orders like name tags. People sometimes have their names on mailboxes and he carves them out. So he's a really busy man. So that's why he asked me to wait for 2 months. He didn't want to take any money up front. He told me, don't give me any money. Just whenever it's ready, you come, and then we pay. He's working on that, as you see. Of course, it would be easier to have done in the machines. It's just that I couldn't find anybody here to do it. I know some other people do have machines to do it, and faster would do this in 1 day probably. But it's fine. I mean, I'm okay with taking some time. But my friends, when they returned and they told me, wow, it's looking really nice. So I'm happy with the way it is. After he gives back to me, I plan to deepen more. I don't know how deep of the ocean part will be, but I plan to deepen a little bit more in case it's not deep enough and make it waterproof, totally waterproof, so I can add water. And that voice is Inoki-san talking to him. She's pregnant. She didn't want to be on the video because she's about to have a baby. Her baby will be due in September, next month. They are offering tea, Japanese green tea there for them. That's Inoki-san speaking there. Yeah, good tea, delicious tea. So I apologize, I haven't made any videos because I've been waiting for this. And this is actually phase 1. Once he does it, then I'm gonna do the second part. I'm gonna paint all the continents, everything and touchdown. I'm gonna paint and then make it waterproof and do the rest of the stuff that I plan to do before presenting it. That's Australia being carved out. And that's New Zealand right there. He left New Zealand. I told him, don't mess with New Zealand, leave it there. Because some of the places were just too small, some islands. I told him, just do your best, don't worry about it. I think he left Hawaii too. Hawaii is important, I've been talking about flights, and Hawaii plays a very important part. Okay. So, but I'm happy with what I saw. They brought me this video back, and I really enjoy seeing the thing taking shape, becoming from just a piece of paper into actually something that we can work on to build a model that we can display and demonstrate how the flat earth works. Unlike the globe model, which can only be representing cartoons and CGI's computer-generated images, nobody can really make a globe model that works because they have to paint the oceans. We have this advantage, you can fill it up with water, because our water is always flat. Just like our flat earth. The reason the earth is flat is because it's 70% water, and water is always flat. Water doesn't curve, doesn't bulge. There's no hill of water separating America and Japan. So I'm really happy with what I see, and I hope you guys are happy too. It's gonna take me another probably 2 months to get it the way I want it. Just be patient. I will present and I will display this. I'm gonna use it for displaying, for debates, or it's gonna be a very useful tool to illustrate the truth that the earth is flat, and just like the Bible says, that it was created by the Lord, and the sun and the moon was created way after the earth was made, not the other way around. Heliocentric model teaches the sun came first and then earth. It's the opposite. So this is it for this video, but I want to talk to you guys. I've been writing a book, also one of the reasons that I've been silent, and I am now proud to say that the book is ready. It's gonna be hitting the shelves next month in September, and this is the book, 16 Emergency Landings Proving Flat Earth. I'll be talking about some of the flights that I have already covered in my videos, and I have 3 new videos, 3 new emergency landings that totally destroys the globe. If anyone, and I left those 3 ones for last, it's gonna be number 14th, 15th, and 16th. Because if by the time you get to number 12, you are not convinced yet, number 13, by the time you get to finish, you will be convinced the earth is flat. This book will be released in September in print format. It's going to be a little bit expensive because I decided to go all color. And just the publishing alone is going to cost like $34 to publish the book, the whole book in color. But I plan to have an ebook version as well, so it's going to be much cheaper. And whatever I make is just going to help me to do more research and stuff like that. Like the carver alone, I'm paying. Everything I do, I always pay with my own pocket. But I know that the truth should be free, and I'll try to do my best to make this accessible to people. And I don't want to be making money out of it. I just want to spread the truth. If I make a little bit, it's just because I have taken some time off my work, and I do have a family. I have to support them, so I cannot take time off work. But I really am into flat earth a lot, and to prove the earth is flat, sometimes you have to put your own resources in it. So that's what I've been doing. So God bless you guys. I hope to talk to you soon. And I'll be back in September with a new video with more emergency landings. God bless you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.